competition continues to heat up on the diamond as the race to a state title continues. Welcome into the State Champ Studio for our Swing Away softball show. I'm Sydney Cariel. This show is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. And don't forget, LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women. Not only that, athletic and academic scholarships are available. And what's unique about it all is you can recruit yourself. Visit LTUathletics.com. Well, we've got a handful of games to highlight this week, so let's begin on the west side of the state. Matawan was at home to take on Richland Gold Lake, who has a candidate for Softball Player of the Year on their team, Mandy Esmond. Here in the opening innings, she smacks the solo homer to put the Blue Devils up 1-0. It would be all Matawan the rest of the way, though, led by Bloomfield sisters Alyssa and Ashlyn, as they had 3 RBIs total as the Wildcats would go on to beat Gold Lake 11-1. Next to Mid-Michigan, as Portland St. Patrick traveled to take on Langsburg. St. Patrick had sophomore Riley Schuer on the mound, and she was on her game, striking out 12 batters and having 0 walks. Langsburg would get to Schuer at times. In the third, another Player of the Year candidate, Haley Bila, with a triple to right field. That would score her sister, Ashley, and they trailed 3-2. We go to the fifth. With the game tied at 4, Natalie Teachworth gets the double to right field. Addie Schuer would cross the dish to take the lead and didn't look back as St. Patrick would go on to win 9-7, your final score. And finally to the Flint Metro League. Clio was at home to take on the defending D2 state champs, Owasso. Clio got the bats rolling as Chloe Williams leads it off with a homer. Then a couple of batters later, Kennedy Combe gets in on the fun as she blasts a home run to put Clio up 2-0. We'll jump to the third. This is Taryn Murphy getting a crack at it, and she belts a solo homer as Clio takes down the defending champs 5-2. Every week all year long, state champs and the DMC's physical therapy and sports medicine team bring you training tips, injury prevention techniques, and more. We call the segments Game Changers. This week we have a pop quiz for you. Should you eat before a morning workout? True or false?
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine with today's Game Changers pop quiz. True or false? Should I eat before a morning workout? The answer can be true or false, and here's why. If you're heading out on a very hard workout or long training session, then yes, it's going to be beneficial to top off your energy stores after a night's fast. If the training is short or not a key performance session, you can likely complete this session without extra fuel. When working out on an empty stomach, you might not feel as energized as usual though. But that's normal. But if you feel dizzy or faint, stop and eat something immediately. Fasted workouts can create adaptations in the body that can have a positive effect on performance, especially later on when you go back to your normal fuel system.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Hey everyone, welcome back into the State Champ Studio. I'm joined now by Donnie Dreyer for our favorite part of the show. As always, Total Softball Player of the Year update. Donnie, thanks for being here.
I love being here. Got to see some really good softball. I see Allen Park continues to roll out at the Stars tournament. I believe they're undefeated, and a big win for Clio this week over Owasso. Boy, they're a team that needs to be noticed and continue to follow.
Right, so shout out there for the Mustangs. That was big.
Yeah.
So today we want to touch on one of our players from Gold Lake, Mandy Esmond, who she's been making a splash this season.
Yeah, Mandy Esmond. I mean, how much time do we have? I could talk about Mandy.
That's what we were saying.
I've known Mandy since she was little. And let me start with this. First of all, just a fabulous teammate.
Yeah.
everybody wants to play with her, or should want to play with her, and every coach should want to coach her. She's just a fabulous teammate. And then another thing that's really important with these kids that have success is work ethic. We always say people work hard. Mandy Essman works incredibly hard. And of course, she's got her older sister, Lauren, that when they're back home, they hit in the greenhouse together. They converted a greenhouse. Her parents got a greenhouse, so they converted it to a hitting tunnel, and that's where they get a lot of the work in, and they get to compete. And Mandy, who is now a senior and going to be going to Michigan State, will actually be competing against Lauren with Lauren at Michigan. But
yeah, I was going to say we have to touch on that. House divided now. We've got a Michigan State Spartan and a University of Michigan Wolverine.
Yeah, it's all good and it's all fun. The parents have a good time with it. It'll intensify next year when Mandy's a Spartan.
We'll regroup on that next year after they play each other for the first time.
Yeah, we'll continue to fall. But Mandy is just having a fabulous year already. She's already hitting over 600. I think she's 628. She's got 10 home runs, 33 RBIs, 21 runs. I don't know why people are pitching to her, but they but they are. And as I mentioned before about Mandy Essman, she just she hit a growth spurt, and then with her hard work, she just nationally took off. And I really believe, Sid, that she's the best hitter right now in the state.
Yeah.
And what Mandy does so well to me with the hitting is she's not afraid to swing and miss.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids, they'll decelerate at contact because they're afraid they're going to miss. Mandy accelerates through contact, and that's something that we preach to our hitters. You're going to swing and miss, you're going to strike out, but when you say go, take a rip at it, and she takes a rip at it.
Yeah, and not only at the plate does she make a difference, but also on the field as well. What do you see in her fielding that has really had her stand out?
She can really do anywhere. She's very versatile. When she was a freshman at Gull Lake, Lauren was an all-state pitcher, so she had to catch Lauren. She's a great second baseman. She can play shortstop. She can play outfield. She's got above average speed, base stealing speed. So she's very versatile defensively. And, Coach Jackie Joseph's going to be able to use that flexibility and put her into the lineup where she feels like she can help Michigan State the best. So very versatile.
Where do you think is her, I'm going to put you on the spot now, where do you think is her best position on the field?
I believe it's at second base.
Okay, quick to answer. I thought it was going to take you a second.
Because she's very good with the ground ball. She's very good taking the ball up the middle. She's very intelligent. So at second base, a lot of times, sometimes you have your responsibility to steal. You've got to break hard to first on the bunt.
Yeah.
She just has great instincts, and she goes back on the ball well. So I really like her at second base, and that's probably where she'll play. But it's nice that you can have someone that can play as a Division I catcher too.
Right.
So if something happens to catch, and she can jump right in and take over. So as I mentioned, very versatile.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing her finish off this year, of course, as a senior, and then see where her career takes her at Michigan State next season. So we're going to talk about the total softball player of the year voting part of all of it, and we've got a top 10 list and then the watch list where there's 15 other athletes on there. So the top 3 right now currently, and it changes every week, but right now the top 3 we've got who's leading the way, Kelsey Nader from Canton. She's committed to Northwestern, so as we know, she's making moves out there. Haley Bila from Lanesburg is right there in second, and then Megan Nectarline from Dakota, right under them in third. So they're all very close on the voting.
Yeah, and we plan on talking about Haley next week.
Yes, so be sure to tune in for that. And remember, as we're touching on this, remember voting is a big part of this race to become Total Softball Player of the Year. So be sure to go to statechampsw.com and pick your votes from our website. Again, that's statechampsw.com, where you can find all of our athletes, the top 10 and the watch list. The shuffling will continue as the weeks move on here. So Donnie, of course, thanks so much for joining us as always.
My pleasure.
And we'll be back next week for more, so be sure to tune in to Swing Away right here on SCW. State Champs Swing Away is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit ltuathletics.com and recruit yourself. State Champs Swing Away is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Male and Female Athlete of the Year Awards. Stay tuned for the announcement of this year's 12 nominees coming soon. Who will be this year's Male and Female Athletes of the Year? Find out live Monday, June 6th, only on the State Champs Michigan Network. U.S. Navy Recruiting Michigan. Call 313-315-2560 and talk to a local officer to find out how the Navy can take you anywhere from the sea to the stars. Oakland School's technical campuses are designed for any student who wants to graduate high school with industry certifications, on-the-job experiences, business connections, and college credits. Check them out at ostconline.com.